Welcome everyone to the beautiful new moon in Libra. So this beautiful new moon will be falling on the 6th or the 7th of October depending on where you are on the planet. First of all, I'll just bless my cards. So dear angels, saints and spirits from the divine white light, please bless my cards and give me clear insight. So may it be. Ooh. Yeah, that one wants to come out. Alright, this is going to be another very powerful new moon. And this is going to be a fantastic one for relationships, anything to do with relationships basically. So that, because it's in a mutable air sign, not a mutable, a cardinal air sign, my apologies. It is all about communication and thought, thinking, that kind of thing. So it is going to be a really fantastic one for setting new intentions, as anything in regards to our intimate relationships. So this is going to be a really good one for power couples as well. So power couples, unite. This is the time period to do it. So this is, because it's in Libra, the sign of partnerships and also commitment. This is going to be the main theme for teaming up with others as well. So that's what this moon is going, this energy is going to be bringing up. So it's also a great time to bring balance and harmony, because Libra is all about balance and harmony with any new or old bonds that may come across, especially during this period of time, So it's a good time to broaden your search, to seek new synergies if you're single. But if you're already in a partnership, it may be a good time to take it to the next level or make things a little bit more official. So it's always a good time to start discussing these topics and themes that come up in your relationship. And these themes will be coming up in the next, and we will feel these energies in the next couple of weeks. So it is a powerful moon as well. So it is a power moon because it's got some positive aspects to Jupiter, which is the planet of luck and expansion. So like I said before, it's a really good moon for setting new intentions in anything regards, in all things relationships. So it's a good time to think about the people who matter the most to you and what you can do to show them that you care. Up until the end of the year, this energy is going to be very prevalent. So it really is being able to show the people that mean the most to you that you do actually care about them. Mars is also having a heavy influence on this new moon, bringing a lot of fire in the air. In the right relationship, it can also translate into a very lustful energy as well. So that's going to be quite interesting energy. And also Mercury being in retrograde, as you can see, because I still can't talk properly. So Mercury is retrograde, also in Libra. So this is a really good time for any past relationships, any exes, that kind of thing coming back up. Also just old friends, things like that. Like I said, I've said it in our weeklies as well, so always good to see what kind of things come up in the pre-shadow, which is usually 2 weeks before Mercury actually goes retrograde, to see what themes come up. And because it was going into Libra, it was all to do with relationships as well. So for example, with me, I was getting a lot of old friends popping up, which was really nice. So yeah, that was the kind of energy that I was kind of getting. So but yeah, because Mercury is also retrograde in Libra, it's a great time for past relationships to turn to go to the next level basically. So if you were just like friends, you might become good friends, or potentially platonic relationships can have the potential to form into a romantic relationship. So yeah, now this new moon as well, because it's in the air sign, it's also anything to do with air work, like that we work with air. So any candle work would be especially good during this time. Any essential oils as well, so particularly burning essential oils or infusing them into the air, that would be a really good practice to be doing at this new moon. Also anything to do with any light or music therapy, anything to do with vibrations in particular. So that's why I've actually picked the White Light Oracle to pull for this particular energy, because that's what I've been drawn to do with the vibrations. So anything to do with the air. Singing bowls would be absolutely perfect for this as well. So anything to do with the vibrations in the air, that would be very beneficial as well to be using during this new moon as well. Crystals that we can use as well. So we've got the beautiful rose quartz crystals. They're really good. Anything heart related. So that's a really nice soft energy that anyone can work with at all times. But it's very Libra type crystal. And Amtrine. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Sorry, I don't have a piece of it either. But it's like a white crystal, and it's kind of similar to that, but it's a bit dark. It's not pink. It's like a really dark garnet like color. So it's like a ruby type kind of color, and that kind of promotes stability. And also helps your body to detox as well. But also the good another benefit of rose quartz, it actually helps with body aches. So that's really beneficial, especially for me at the moment. So I need to be wearing a little bit more rose quartz at the moment. So those are the good kind of crystals, and any essential oils really that you feel drawn to kind of work with would be really great for setting your new intentions for this new moon. So let's see what the tarot has to say. So this is the new spread. So this is what our soul's purpose is basically is at the moment. So it is the Five of Swords. So this is winning the battle but losing the war type of energy. As you can see, there's these people are very hurt. There's lots of sadness, lots of tears, that kind of thing. And yes, you might be holding the Three Swords, but ultimately the Three Swords, is very painful energy as well to be in. So what is blocking this energy is the Two of Swords. So there is a decision that needs to be made from the collective, obviously, in regards to winning at all costs. That's what I'm kind of picking up, that energy of wanting to be right over anything else, regardless of what the consequences are. And the thing is, the consequences can have very dire effects, especially with us looking at this kind of energy, with us wanting to be closer in our relationships and wanting to form closer bonds with people. This really isn't the energy that we really want to be in, and so that's why we really do have a decision to make. And obviously we're going to be not everything is being shown to us, and obviously it's a blocking of the heart chakra as well. So it's a mind over heart decision that needs to be made. And so basically the energy that we're currently in is the Knight of Wands. Now this is actually a pretty good energy to be in at the moment. It's that in-out kind of energy. It's being passionate, it's wanting to move forward. And at the moment, with all the planets they're all retrograde, they're actually starting to move forward. So this is going to give us that push, that momentum that we are actually going to be able to go forward. Because at the moment we're in this kind of energy that, it's like 2 steps forward, 1 step back. It's that kind of thing. We're trying to move forward, and that's that kind of a stuck energy as well. And that's that in and out, energy. It's being passionate. It's wanting, to go forward. It's kind of that false start as well. That's that kind of energy that I'm picking up on. So the heart of the reading, or the overall energy of the reading, is the Four of, these are the Four of Wands. So this is ultimately stability, okay, and in relationships in particular. So this is usually, it's the 1111 card, so it's, it can signify marriages, partnerships, commitments, that kind of thing, and that is all what this energy is about. It's all about commitments and partnerships and bringing harmony and balance into these relationships that are important to us. So that is the overall energy. The underlying energy of this is the Two of Cups, which is absolutely beautiful. Again, further reiterating this coming together, the handshake. It's making a deal. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic relationship. It could be a partnership, a business partnership. It is a commitment of some sort. It is a shaking of hands. It's like, yes, so, it's not, so it's like signing on the dotted line. It's having that commitment. And so, again, having that as the underlying energy is really beautiful, because that's what Libra is all about as well. It's coming together, collaborating. So the hopes and fears of this, and this would make sense as well, is the Three of Swords. So of course that would be a fear for a lot of people. What I'm also picking up on, it can be a fear, but also it's almost like an addiction as well to the pain. So it's like, yes, usually I was listening to a podcast today, and it was just saying, the longer it takes you to try and, get over a relationship, you're in this kind of stuck energy, and after a while, it's obviously better to get on and try and move on faster rather than later, because the longer you're in it, the more chances that you do have of like getting addicted to the pain of it, and that's what keeps you stuck in that cycle, because obviously, and that's where your self-worth starts going down, because that's when you think that you deserve to be treated that way. And again, it's all the thoughts. So it's that being in that negative mindset, and it's not wanting to be hurt, which nobody does. Who does? Who willingly wants to go in and start something with someone if, the consequences is the potential of heartbreak, of being hurt? Nobody wants to do it. But the what you don't see coming is, now this one, let me see, this is, oh my gosh, the Temperance card. I'm sorry, I'm still getting used to this deck. So yeah, this is the Temperance card. That is just beautiful. It is a balancing, again, that balance and harmony of being able to bring that balance and harmony into the relationship, and not being so focused on the thoughts as well, because these are all swords, and swords are all thoughts. And yes, we're in Libra, which is air sign, which is thoughts. So it is trying to not be so stuck up in our mind so much, and to be more in our heart kind of thing, but to be in balance. And that's what Temperance is all about. It's tempering it. Temperance has come up. I'm just trivia out a bit, because I've done a couple of readings and it's come out a fair few times. Again, that's why I was so surprised that it's come out again as what you don't see coming. So it is that bringing that balance and harmony into a situation, and it is being in a win-win situation, that everybody wins in it. So that's what you don't see coming. So it's that balance and harmony. And the next one, oh my gosh, this is just a beautiful one as well, is the Sun. So it's that beautiful clarity. So it's the advice or action to take. So it's saying the Sun. So it's being aware and of what's being presented to us, and to be able to take that on board. Now, the key or the lesson that I think we need to learn here, now this one is the Ten of Wands. Okay, so this is being able to put down a heavy burden. So that is where we're going to be able to get that clarity, obviously. And then we've got the Ace of Wands. So this is the outcome. So yeah, it is a passionate new beginning in something that's going to be bringing us a lot of stability and abundance in what we're doing as well. And oh my gosh, that just reminded me as well. So anyway, and as you can see, that castle there is talking about the stability, but it's also having that passion as well. So it is that overall abundance. And what reminded me as well, I was actually going to say that this new moon is fantastic to tune into the three goddesses of love. So those three goddesses are Aphrodite, which is the Greek goddess of love, Venus, which is the Roman goddess of love, and Lakshmi, which is the Hindu goddess of love. So all three goddesses attract abundance, material, emotional, and spiritual abundance. So that's what that was reminding me of. It was that material abundance, it's that emotional abundance, even though it doesn't have a cup there. And yeah, even though we do have cups here, which is great. So there is cups there, and there are two cups there as well. So I do like that energy. But also the spiritual one as well. And as you can see, that's the clouds there, and you know, that hand, that divine hand of God, or of the universe, you know, coming out and offering you a passionate new beginning in something that's going to bring in a lot of stability. But yeah, that's what just reminded me of the triple goddesses of love as well. And because Libra is ruled by Venus, the planet of love, you always kind of look to see where Venus is. Venus is actually going into Sagittarius, but we will go on about that in the weekly. So if you haven't watched the weekly, I suggest you do that. There's a lot of aspects in that one. So now we're just going to pull out a white light oracle just to see what kind of frequency that we might need to meditate on during this new moon for setting our intentions. So I think this is really overall beautiful, gorgeous energy. Let's see. Is there two cards? Oh, I'm going to keep shuffling. That's a bit too many cards. I just need one card. Yeah, so it is very Libra, and it's Libra new moon, so that makes sense. But yeah, the Two of Cups, the Four of Wands, so yeah, these cards, and the Temperance as well, and obviously the Ace of Wands there as well in the outcome is just really beautiful. Okay, I think this one wants to come out. Right, okay, so this is Vulva of Siddur, card 30. So I'm going to read that out and see what that one actually says. So let me just find it. So yeah, again, like I said, another powerful moon, new moon that we will be experiencing again. So yeah, it's been pretty good, and I know it's just, I don't know, I've been feeling the energy's definitely ramping up everywhere. So yes, but it is, this one really is, again, now maybe not so introspective. Now we're looking at the relationships that are more important to us, which is kind of nice. We've been in this introspective energy for a very long time, like I said, with all the planets being retrograde, but now with them starting to move forward, we are starting to look outside of ourselves, which is kind of a nice energy as well. So your inner spiritual power can heal circumstances in your life and our world in ways greater than you realize. Journey within to gain clarity and conscious redirection of your inner energies towards what you wish to manifest. Do not try to control what is happening. Instead, work to bring positive influence to bear so that you may contribute constructively towards shaping the outcome for the greatest good. Okay, so from the Norse tradition of Scandinavia comes the sorcery of the Seder, the practice of cracking open an egg in order to read and also shape the future. The egg is a symbol of infinite divine potential and the beginning of new life. Seder is a mysterious soothsaying or visionary practice which also involves shamanic healing to divine an appropriate pathway through times of trouble and communal strife. Through prayer, chant, and binding magic, as well as visionary practices in an altered state, all of which are supported by focused collective intention, a powerful healing takes place. The appearance of this oracle indicates that your soul talents, whatever they may be, can be of influence in the world. If you dedicate yourself to personal development for the greater good, you can contribute to the spiritual evolution of humanity. Even if our intentions are pure, believing we know what should happen to whom and when is the working of the ego and not the soul. We may want the best for all beings, but we cannot know why their path is unfolding as it is or what their soul needs to learn. Seder is a practice of shadows and spell casting, binding and release, which can be used for higher purpose or personal gain. It dwells upon the borders of morality. The spiritual maturity of the practitioner will determine whether its effects are for good or ill. This oracle advises us that good intentions are not enough to ensure the outcome of our efforts is beneficial. We need the wisdom that comes through surrendering into divine intelligence. With an awakened heart, it is possible to be clear channel for spirit light in this world, dedicating our soul talents to overcoming hate and divisionness. Wow, that's really appropriate for this time period especially. Traditionally, the practice of Seder was a spiritual leader known as the Volva or Volua, soothsayer or seer, Spa Kona, woman of prophecy, or Sao Kona, woman of magic. She would not work alone, but called upon community members to empower the practice. When we choose to align our actions with our heart truths, we become the spiritual birth mothers and founding fathers of a more spiritually advanced humanity. Tremendous creative power is generated when a group comes together in focused practice. If you seek to work with others, be aware of the positive potential and proceed with integrity and care. The patron goddess of Seder is Freya, the Norse goddess with an insatiable appetite for pleasure, life, sensuality, the finer things, and unconditional freedom to be as she chooses. Wow. She is also the goddess of war. Hence, she is not afraid to enter into battle nor love. Her husband, Odin, is associated with prophecy, inspiration, and ecstasy. When he is away from her, she weeps red gold tears. No stranger to suffering or ecstatic pleasure, Freya is the divine Volva. She reminds humanity of both our innate spiritual power to embrace all of life and the inner spiritual resources we have to make it through any difficulty without compromising our hearts. The art of Seder is one of collecting, dreaming, and doing. It is the ability to move in darkness, to become wise to our own potential, to become manipulative, controlling, and therefore negative, and to outsmart that by consciously choosing to bring love, freedom, spiritedness, and passion, the hallmarks of our preceding sorceress Freya, into our lives. The message of this oracle is that you're able to bring a positive influence into whatever situations or circumstances unfold in your life. Dedicate yourself to goodness. Believe in your power to affect positive change. Wow, that is just, it's talking about obviously coming together as a collective consciousness. And yeah, that's really fascinating about the Saya reading, the egg interpretation. That's really interesting to look up a bit more about that practice. But yeah, that's really fascinating. And it is, talking about group intentions. And yes, if we all do sit there, and if you think about it, if we are setting our new moon intentions, we're all setting intentions, we're all doing that as a collective, this is going to help raise the vibration for us all and for all of humanity. Anyway, with that, I hope you have a beautiful new moon in Libra, and just remember that you are a star and let your light shine bright. And as always, love and light.